Hi, I'm Karen, and I'm here to walk you through how to use autoCrat in your classroom. Amanda has been working on ways to help her students have academic conversations about their work in class. Students were having difficulty watching the presentations of their peers and providing adequate feedback that could be useful. Students were filling out paper documents, handing the papers to the students to review, and then handing them into the teacher as documentation of the process. Amanda and her students were dealing with a paper workflow that wasn't working for them. Students needed access to the critiques inside and outside of the classroom. I had heard about autoCrat and thought this might be the perfect time to use it, streamlining the critiquing process for Amanda and her students, getting the feedback into the hands of the people who needed it when they needed it. Amanda would also have access to the student feedback and documentation of the process. Here's how we set up autoCrat for her second peer critique. First, we created a folder in Google Drive for the project. In the folder, we have all of the documents associated with the critique. We have the actual critique form, we have the Google form that the students completed, as well as the response spreadsheet. Additionally, we needed a place to store all of the merged documents, so we created a folder called Peer Critique Merged Documents. We created a Google document that outlined the information Amanda wanted the feedback to contain using the rubric she had created for the project. We decided to allow for 2 project creators because in some cases her students had partnered. We included all of the indicators as well as comments for each section. We also included an overall score so the students would have an idea of how their project scores based on all of the criteria. We know that we're going to be merging this document with information from the Google form, so we have indicated the merged fields from the form with the chevron characters used for mail merge and named them to make it easy to match the columns in the form responses spreadsheet with this document. Next, we created the actual Google form that the students are going to use to collect the information. Last name, first name, so it will be easy for Amanda to find them. In order to receive the information, must have their accurate email address. They're at school, we're Google Apps, so they must use their school email address and have it come in to that Gmail account. We also included the class period, so afterward Amanda could filter the results by period. Now we're ready to use the autoCrat script to set up the automated process for having the form submission merged into the document, having the completed document emailed to the participants, and also having the document stored in the teacher's Google Drive in the Merged Documents folder. To begin, first thing, we need to go get the autoCrat script. So in your response form, you're going to go to Tools, Script Gallery, search for autoCrat, and install. You'll also have to give the script permission to run, and once installed, autoCrat will appear in the menu of the spreadsheet. Step 1 is actually associating the spreadsheet with that Google document that you're actually going to send back to all of the participants. To find it, I'd already found it, but I'm going to say choose a different one, and you can see it searching for documents. Here it is. I'm going to select it. It's easy to tell if you have found the appropriate one because you're going to be looking at the names then of those merged fields in the document. And save settings. Step 2 is selecting your data source. In this case, our data is coming in to this sheet, which is called Form Responses. So I'm going to click Save. Step 3 is if I wanted certain conditions, but for me, just having a timestamp and going ahead then and running the script works. I'm going to click Submit. So here is one of the more involved steps. And this is going to be where you're matching up the names from your Google document, that is the part that you're sending back to the participants, with the actual column that appears here. So I've got more columns than I'm actually going to use. So here I'm looking for the name of the first partner, and now the second, who's giving it, and so forth and so on. So I'm just going to come down here and match everything up. You're going to want to take your time and make sure that you do this correctly, because that is the information that's going to be sent back to the students. Now I've matched up all the columns, but I have one here called overall, where I'm going to actually go enter a formula that's going to add up all of the indicators from the rubric. Let's go ahead and save all the work we've done. It's reminding me that I forgot to assign a column. I'm going to say OK, and now I'm going to go add that column. I'm going to scroll over here, and I'm going to insert a column to the right and call it overall score. And I'm going to enter my formula and just come click on all of my cells that I want to have in the formula. So now that I have all of them, it automatically totals it up to 0 because currently there are no scores there, so that works great. And now I'm going to come back to my step 4 and match up and save mappings. So now I'm ready to set up all of the actions that are going to take place. I want to save the merged files to docs. I want the primary destination folder to be that merged document folder. And then how do I want to name these documents? So I think what I'm going to do is add peer critique of, and then I just need to come find the names of the people. So there's the partner 1. So I just copy and paste this line down here. And I can add and do partner 2. Now, what is the file type? Do I want a Google Doc or a PDF? In this case, I think a PDF. I don't have any interest in the students making any changes at this point. And I'd like to go ahead and save links to the merged document in the spreadsheet. It just gives me another location where I can access them. I want to email those merged documents. And now who do I want to send the email to? And I'm going to separate them. You can see right here, emails must be separated by commas. So I want to go find all my emails. I think I want to also send it to the person conducting the critique, because I'm actually looking at the value of the information that that student provided to the creators. And it could be important for me to sit down with that person and talk about valuable feedback. So Amanda and I would think it's important that the person conducting the critique also look at the work that he or she did. And now here's the email address. Email subject. And then I want this process to actually be triggered as soon as the form is submitted. And save settings. Currently, I don't have any data. I don't need to preview it, so I'm going to say not now, just keep my settings. So these specialized fields were created in the document. Before we go ahead and run this, there is one more thing we need to do. We need to tell the form that we want it to apply this formula to all of the submissions. We do that under Advanced Options. We want to copy down formulas on form submission. The row containing that master formula is row 2. I need to scroll over. Click up here to activate this checkbox. And then I need to scroll back down and save settings. And now we're ready to test it. So let's go to the live form. And submit. So now back at the spreadsheet, the data is being collected, and now all of the documents have been created. Email sent. I can either click on the link here or come back, and here is the first form. This is just one example of how autoCrat can be used in the classroom. Share your ideas.